Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here on the YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below, hit the notification bell, and make sure you get new videos when we drop them. Trying to drop them once a week, but things are a little bit crazy around here, so I'm going to try as best I can to try and get these videos out for you. To jump into today's topic, what I want to talk about is how you can break out of the wholesaling real estate investor vortex. Now, this isn't often talked about, but I see it time and time again with a lot of new investors, and there's really only a couple things that you need to do in order to break out of this cycle. So first off, what is the wholesaling real estate investor vortex? Well, in a business, you have your revenue, your top line revenue coming in, and you have your expenses. And unfortunately, most people get into wholesale real estate with little to no money and are looking to make some capital to either leave their full-time business or they're doing it as a side hustle and they're not running it like a business. So unfortunately, what happens is any success or traction that you get in terms of deals that you close, most times as a business, what you do is allocate some of that towards marketing. You pay your expenses, you pay yourself a salary, and you keep some reserves in the business, so that way when you have dry spells or when you have some investments you need to make, you have capital saved. What most people do is they're not negotiating enough on these deals, so they're getting $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, which may seem like a lot, but after you pay taxes, pay your marketing expenses, pay for your software tools, and pay yourself, there's not a lot of money left over to invest in the business. Now, what does this do? What does this create for you? This creates this vortex where money comes in, money goes out. There's no savings, there's no investing into systems or operations to help you get leverage. The way you get out of this vortex is by building leverage. All businesses leverage either finances, they leverage time, or they leverage some type of system to help them get above normal types of returns. This is how businesses are built. If you are just leveraging your time, leveraging your skills, you're not actually a CEO or an entrepreneur or a business owner. You're a technician inside the business. You're a cog in your machine that you've built. Yes, you are the boss. Yes, you are the owner, but you are owned by the system. It's not separated from your time. So therefore, what happens is you only have enough time to invest into the business. As if it's a side hustle, you only have a few hours. If it's your full-time thing and you're trying to make income and this is what you're doing full-time, you only have 5 to 8 hours a day where you're investing that into your business. Now, that vortex is what keeps you trapped because you're not able to invest all of that money back into the business to build a system, to get some leverage, to hire a team, to buy more data, to run more marketing campaigns, to eventually get you leads so that way you can focus on closing deals. Now, the way that you break out of this cycle is by building or saving your income or saving your money from whether it's your job or your first deals as much as you can. I know you want to pay yourself out on it. It's great to close a $10,000 deal, $20,000 deal, and take some of that money and go do fun stuff. That's the whole point of business, is we want to be able to take profit and go do the things that we want to achieve. But in the beginning, your business needs what's called launch velocity. It needs, just like a rocket, if you can think about it, the rocket needs all of this energy to actually take off. And if you don't have that energy, and in this case, businesses, that energy is capital, it's revenue, it's funds. If you don't have those sales coming in to get that business to take off, you end up stalling out because now you're skimping, you're cutting corners, you're saving pennies to try and get things going. And unfortunately, what that looks like for most wholesale real estate investors or flippers is, hey, I'm going to pay myself and I have $1,000 left for marketing. $1,000 doesn't go a long way when you're investing in the right types of systems and marketing. Now, yes, you can get by with that, but it's not going to be enough to get you that escape velocity you need. Because oftentimes, if you're only investing $1,000 back into the business, if you don't have the right systems or operations in place, that $1,000 is spread across a bunch of different things. You have your software tools, maybe you've hired some VAs and you have to source data and you have to pay for your websites and all these different things. So that $1,000 goes really quick. So what you want to be able to have is enough income saved into the business so you can invest in getting some type of leverage. Now, the first type of leverage that I recommend for most new wholesalers or investors is to get some time leverage. If you can get your time back, what that's going to do is help you focus more on closing deals and help you actually close more deals. Now, how do you do that? You don't just go hire some random VA and try to train them to do that. You want to get a VA that's going to be centered around helping you generate revenue. So that's going to be a cold caller, or that's going to be a VA that specializes in running text campaigns, because you want to, as quickly as you can, separate your time from the marketing. If you can have marketing going without your direct involvement, without you making the cold calls, without you driving for dollars and knocking the doors, that's going to give you the ability to be generating more leads than essentially what you would be able to handle, because what you're going to build next is a CRM to help you manage that lead flow. But first you need to get the lead flow, because if you don't have lead flow, you don't have deal flow. And if you don't have deal flow, you can't close deals, you can't generate revenue. Until you get to about $1 million a year in business, 70% of your time should be focused on generating revenue and sales. So what that means is, as quickly as we can, invest in separating your time from the marketing, so that way every single day you have leads coming in. Now, for some people that have more money to invest, that looks like setting up and launching a PPC campaign, or hiring door knockers, or if you're short on cash, that looks like going out and driving for dollars, or eventually paying someone to go drive for dollars, or buying a list of distressed properties in an area, paying a cold caller, or paying a VA agent. We want to get that marketing going. We want to separate our time from that marketing. So try to stay away from the things that are going to take more of your time to generate those marketing leads, so that way it's separated and allows you to stay focused on closing deals. If we can keep you focused on closing deals, your percentage of the deals that you actually be able to convert goes a lot higher, because you're able to focus. And that's the hardest part about being your own boss, is you have 1,000 things that you can do, but if you can focus in on the right things, it'll allow you to grow a lot faster and get that escape velocity. So we want to build some time leverage. That time leverage is going to allow us to generate more marketing leads. It's going to allow us to get the escape velocity so that you can start investing more in the business. Until you're at a point where you can invest more into the business, it's going to be hard for you to break out of that vortex. And that's where we see a lot of people that will, close one deal, they'll get 10 grand and they'll throw it all back in their business, pay themselves some of it, and they really just stay stalled because they're throwing it into the business at the wrong pieces. So to recap, there's a couple of things that I recommend. If you're watching this video and you don't have these things set up, first thing you want to do is, as quickly as you can, hire someone to run marketing for you. And this isn't paying an agency or paying some guy on Fiverr or paying someone in a Facebook group to run you Facebook ads or some type of marketing campaign like that. Pay someone to make cold calls for you. Pay someone to run text campaigns for you. Or if you have enough capital, pay to learn yourself, which is going to be the best way, how to run a PPC campaign. Those are going to be the 3 best options for you, separating your time from the marketing. That's going to make sure that every single day you wake up with an inbox of leads instead of having to go out and hustle for those leads. The next thing that you want to do is get some systems leverage. Now you got some time leverage, you got leads coming in. The next challenge you're going to face is you need a system to manage all this new lead flow, because now you're going to be consistently having leads coming in, versus what most people do is they run one big campaign, they have all these leads and they try to work all of them, try to close them, and then they run another big campaign, work all the leads and try and close them. You're going to have a consistency of lead flow, and what that's eventually going to do is put you on a path towards consistency of deal flow. You'll start to build a pipeline, you'll start to look at your closing numbers, you'll look at KPIs more consistently, so you can scale the business now that you have these systems set up. So get some time leverage, get some systems leverage, and eventually start to back your way out of the business by hiring strategically. Again, this is going to give you more time leverage. You leverage other people's time to grow the business. So hire someone to build cash buyers lists for you, to do dispositions. Hire an acquisitions rep to close deals for you, or a junior acquisition reps to set appointments for you, so you're not doing all that preliminary work. You just get on the phone and close. Hire someone to take some of those things off your plate, again, so you can back your way out to where now you own a system that runs and operates and you are actually in the entrepreneur seat. If you don't know that methodology of what I'm talking about, go read the E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. It's going to give you these same structures that I'm talking about here today, so you can start to build a business that is system dependent instead of owner dependent. And when you can get to that point, that's how you'll be able to break out of this vortex where you close one deal and then maybe you close no deals the next month, or maybe let's say you're doing really well, you close 3 deals, but you have a couple of slow months. We want to build some level of consistency, because a lot of people think in order to get to financial freedom or economic independence, whatever you want to call it, I got to have X amount of cash in the bank. But realistically, what that looks like for business owners is to have a business that consistently generates enough profit every single month that allows you to cover your expenses and live the life that you want. And you can get there by building a system-dependent business versus an owner-dependent business. So that's what advice what I have for you guys today. Hopefully that was valuable. If you thought it was valuable, leave me your comments down below. Let me know what markets you're in down below, where you're wholesaling, if you're an investor, if you're a flipper. Again, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We're dropping new videos like this at least once a week is the goal. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified when those new videos come out. And if you need help setting up your systems, operations, things like that, make sure you go to thewholesaleconnection.com. We have a free training that we put together for you that shows you the exact system that we've helped over 80 clients nationwide implement that allowed them to get some consistency and build a systems dependent business so they can start closing 3 to 5 deals a month. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.